Good morning. Thank you for tuning into Virtual Storytime with the National Railroad Museum. I'm your host, Engineer Alyssa. If you're watching this live on Facebook, please comment and let us know that you're here and share it with your friends. We also invite you to like our page and to follow us so that you can stay up to date with everything that is happening at the museum. The National Railroad Museum is a nonprofit organization supported by private and public donations and by our members. For more information about supporting the museum or becoming a member, please visit nationalrrmuseum.org. Today, our book is Two Little Trains. It's a paperback book. And, excuse me, it kind of reminded me of, like, comparing and contrasting things. Also, like, when I was little, one of my favorite books was I Spy books. I don't know if any of you recall. They were pretty big books, and you had a list of things that you had to look for in this very big picture of a lot of things. So you might have all these pictures of a sewing desk with like thread and fabric and thimbles, and then you had to find all these little odds and ends things that are in the picture. So that's what I feel kind of with this book. It's not really to that extent, but on one page, like on this page, it's going to be different from this page. So we're going to be talking about two different trains, and they're going to go on totally different adventures. So we're going to kind of see and compare the two. So here's our book, Two Little Trains. Two little trains went down the track, two little trains went west. Puff, 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 and chug, 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 two little trains to the west. So we see that train, and then there's our other little train. One little train was a steam line train, puff, puff, puff to the west. And one little train was a little old train, chug, 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 going west. And there's our other little train. Look down at that long steel track to the west. Two little trains came to a hill, in a mountainous hill to the west. With a puff and a chug, they went right through, under the hill to the west. So there's the little train's hill, and then there's the steam line's hill. And if you guys want to comment any differences you see, you are more than welcome to. Look through that long dark hill to the west. Two little trains came to a river going west. With a puff, puff, puff and a chug, 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 they went over the river to the west. Look down below the bridge at the deep, dark river going west. Oops, I'm sorry. The rain came down on the two little trains going west, and it made them darker and wet and shiny as they went on their way to the west. And the snow came down and covered the ground and the two little trains going west. And they got white and furry and still in a hurry, and they puffed and chugged to the west. Oops. The moon shone down on the gleaming track and the two little trains going west, and they hurried along and heard the song of a black man singing in the west. Look down at that long steel track where you and I must go, that long steel track and the long crossbars before we travel home. So they both just keep following their own kind of track. The wind it blew and the dust it flew around the two little trains going west. But the dust storm drew not a toot or a hoo or a whistle from the trains going west. And the mountains came beyond the plain, and the train started climbing west. Up and around and over and through the great high mountains to the west. Oops. The ocean was big and the ocean was blue, beyond the land in the west. And the little train stopped, their trip was through. They had come to the edge in the west. And I think that's it for our story. So if any of you, there's our one little train and our other little train. Oh, and there's our other one up there. But, I don't know about you, if you liked the big train or the little train better. I think that even though this one is pretty cool, this little train went on a lot of cool adventures around the house. So I think that's pretty neat how two completely different trains can do a lot of the same things but in different ways. I will be posting a craft down below and also on the activity zone on our website where you can find all my past story times. And if you search Engineer Alyssa, I'm also up on YouTube if you want to go back and rewatch anything or anything that you missed. This book is also available in our store under the Engineer Alyssa tab, so you can find that there as well. I will be back tomorrow at 10 o'clock with another really fun book. It's a Thomas book, so I'm excited about that. And I hope you join me tomorrow at 10, and I hope to see you all there. Bye!